Greetings streamers, today we're going to show you another great video, but before, let's explain you what it's going to be about. We're going to do a quick review of the 5 best streaming apps for your favorite streaming devices such as Google TV, Android TV, and Fire Stick, and many others. And we're going to talk about these 5 free apps, which are Pluto, VIX, Tubi, Freevee, and Xumo Play, that bring you all the content that you will need in order to enjoy tons of free channels like TV channels, movies, series, sports, and so without having to pay, because everything is ad sponsored. So we're going to start with Pluto TV, which is the one that is the most popular and one of the oldest free streaming services available across many platforms. The thing about Pluto TV is that the content varies depending on the region in which you are. In this case, we're checking out the Pluto TV from Latin America, so you will find a lot of Spanish speaking content, and also you will find some apps or channels that will not be available in other regions of the Pluto TV platform. For instance, you have the Premier League from the United Kingdom, but you also have Claro Sports, which is a sports channel completely from Latin America, and you will find a lot of sports and TV shows from Latin America as well. You can change the region by using a VPN, like the one we always recommend in our videos, and you can find it on the cards and on the description of this video, so take that into account. There's also a lot of movies and TV shows that will be in Spanish, either translated or with subtitles, so take that also into account. But again, this is one of the most popular apps, and also it has an integration to the live TV option in many streaming services, streaming devices, such as Android TV, Google TV, and Fire Stick. So if you have Pluto TV, you can set it up as the live TV option directly from your remote controller, and you will get access to a lot of content. The region from the United States is the one that has the most content, but again, everything is in English, so it depends on your favorite content or genres. So let's go and check out another one, which is VIX, and this one is available for Mexico and for North America, but again, the content is mostly in Spanish. If you're outside of these regions and you try to access the VIX app, it's going to tell you that it's not supported or available, so take that into account. Again, with a VPN you can bypass this issue. Everything is ad sponsored, but again, if you are in Mexico, you will find a lot of content from the Mexico region, because the app is specific for this country. So you will find sports from local sports teams such as certain football or soccer clubs. You will also find leagues or soccer leagues from South America. You will find CONCACAF games, that sort of things. But let's go and check it out real quick. It has a live TV section, which is really good, and it also has a lot of content like movies and TV shows that are in Spanish, and you will find that the collection is quite extensive and it's constantly being updated. So don't forget that, it's very important. You can notice that we have a live TV section, which is really good, so you can find your favorite shows being broadcasted 24/7. You can also find movies or stream movies and TV shows as well if you want to look for a specific content. And the best part is that it has an entire sports section, which has a lot of live sports and also some previously recorded games from certain leagues, like the Mexican League, or maybe from the MLS. You will also find some games. You will also find some live TV games from either the MLS or maybe the Mexican Football League or the Colombian League or some South America or CONCACAF games that are being played between countries. So it's just a matter of checking it out. But there's a lot of content there, and it's very good if you enjoy soccer or football. So it all depends on what you're looking for. Yes, there's also the live section, which has a lot of content. You can just keep browsing. It's 24/7, and it has genres, so you can check out which genre you're looking for, because you have news, sports, TV shows, and so on. This is a very complete app, the VIX. I do recommend you to install it. We do apologize for blurring the images, but we have to do so in order to avoid any copyright strikes or issues with the YouTube platform, because it is against their policies for us to show you copyrighted material live, and we have been receiving some strikes because of this. Even though we have tried our best, some people just seem to abuse the system, but again, we try our best to comply with YouTube, and at the same time to try to provide you very useful information for your streaming services or apps. But again, we do have to blur the images, so that might cause some disturbances or might upset some of you because you cannot enjoy the quality of the content. But let me tell you, everything is HD when we are showing in our videos the content available on many of these apps. So let's go and check out another app, which is Tubi TV. Tubi TV is available in the US, but there's also content for Latin America. So depending on which country you are, you will notice some differences. If you're in the US, you will find that everything is in English, and you will also have a lot of apps and channels that are not available in other regions like in Latin America, but you will also have the live TV section, and we're going to show you in a second what we mean with this. So let's go and check out the Tubi TV app, and once it loads, you will notice that you have movies, TV shows, and live TV. The live TV option is the only one available if you are in the US. So if you're outside the US, you will not find live TV. You will only find movies and TV shows, and you will find the vast majority of the content in other language, like in Spanish. The categories are the same. You will find them by network, but you even have a Spanish section even if you're in the US. So you will find a lot of soap operas, TV shows, movies, and such from Latin America even if you're in the US. However, the movies that are from the US region, most of them are in English with subtitles in English. So there's not an option to change them to language. Take that into account. Everything is free because it's ad sponsored. You can create an account for the Tubi TV, which is free, and it helps you to keep up a history or track record of your movies and TV shows that you have been watching, so that every time you log into the app, you can retake where you left some of your TV shows or movies. So that's something very useful you can do. It's free, so no worries about that. Again, the app is extensive. There's a lot of content, and it's being constantly updated. So you will always find new shows, new movies, TV shows, and so on. So make sure you check it out. It's available on all major streaming platforms like Android TV, Google TV, and also Fire Stick and Fire TV app stores, or the Amazon App Store in that case. You will also find it in Roku, but with some Roku devices you have to be careful because it depends on where your Roku account was created. So that's something for you to take into account. Very important. A lot of people will tell us that they cannot add some apps in their Rokus because they cannot find them, and it's because it depends on which country you're activated your Roku devices. So remember that, just to avoid any issues. The live TV section is pretty useful. There's a lot of content. There's sports. I mean, there's a whole lot. You can check it out. So it's a good option if you are looking for more like a traditional cable service, because you have an entire catalog of constantly being played channels, sort of. So you can check out TV shows, news, and so on. Instead of just looking for specific content, you just choose one of the channels, the live TV channels, and you just let it play for the entire rest of the day, and you are just enjoying it from your favorite couch or sofa. So take that. So don't forget that. So let's check out the other app, which is very popular, and we're talking about the Freevee channel, which is owned by Amazon services. So what happens with the Freevee is that most of the content that is available on Prime Video, when it's removed from Prime Video, it ends up on the Freevee platform. And Freevee is free because it's ad sponsored. So that's something very important. If you have an Amazon account, you can log into your Freevee account, and that helps you to keep up a browsing history. The same with Tubi, so you can check out your shows or retake them later if you pause them. But again, it's not necessary. You can just log in as a guest, and you will be able to watch and browse some of their favorite shows and movies. Freevee has a lot of very recent and updated content, so make sure you check it out because they update their catalog at least once every week. They also have a live TV section, but it's only available if you're in the US. If you're outside the US, you might find some content. However, you will not be able to play all of it, and you will notice that there's no live TV section. So that's something very important for you to note. The Freevee app is mostly tailored for the United States. There's also Spanish-speaking content, which you can just look for it on the genres. But again, everything is tailored for the US. There's a lot of TV shows, some movies. Let's go to the live section, where you can find constantly streaming apps or channels. So You just choose whatever you enjoy. I mean, it's really good if you want to watch some of your favorite shows being constantly played without any stops. For instance, there's one that I noticed which is very popular, which is Top Gear, that has an entire channel of its own. So I'm guessing they're just playing all of the Top Gear TV shows constantly. So you don't have to go and browse each one by one. You just choose the channel that you enjoy the content and hit play, and it just keeps streaming the entire time you are having your streaming device on. So that's something very useful if you just want to watch something. The only observation that I do have is that there's a glitch with the Google TV system. If you have the Freevee app, there's no way for you to exit the app like you will normally do using the return or back button. For some reason, it doesn't allow you to get outside of the home menu. So if you want to leave the app, you have to hit the home menu, and it takes you to the home screen for your apps. And it sometimes takes it some time, and if you try too much to use the exit button or the back button, it will just keep you in a loop and it might freeze. So that's something very important to remember. We noticed that it doesn't happen on Fire Stick and Fire TV devices, but it does happen on the Google TV operating system. There's no way for you to exit using the controller. You have to use the home or return to home option in order to get out of the app. Otherwise, it just keeps there looping constantly, and which is somewhat annoying. So let's go and check out the last one, which is Xumo Play. And the beauty about Xumo Play is that it has a lot of channels, and it can be integrated to the live option or the live TV option, like Pluto, also on certain streaming devices like Fire Stick and Android TV and Google TV that have the live TV option on the home menu. And what you do is you install these apps and you include them in the library of the live section, so that whenever you hit the live section on your favorite streaming devices, it just pulls the content from all of these apps. So that's something very useful for you to remember. It has a lot of categories, again, all very well organized. Everything is in English because the Xumo app is only available for the United States, but it does have a Spanish section, so you will find some Spanish content, mostly soap operas and some certain TV channels from Latin America, more specifically from Mexico. But again, there's a Spanish speaking content option on the live guide, and they also have included a streaming catalog for certain movies, so it's not all live. That's the difference. Xumo Play is mostly aimed at live content. The other apps are more aimed at streaming content like movies and TV shows, but they do have the live TV option as an option, and Xumo Play is the other way around, so take that into account. But again, it's very cool. It has a lot of constantly updated movies and TV shows, so you will find them being constantly populated the catalog. So make sure that you check it out at least once or twice a week, because they place new content, but they also remove content as well. You know, that's how streaming works. You get movies for a time and then they are removed and replaced with some new content, but those are policies that have to do with licensing rights. So as you can see, there's an entire Spanish movies, and most of them are from Latin America or maybe from Spain, but again, there's a Spanish section. And the Xumo Play app is only available for the US. Remember that, so if you're outside the US, you will not be able to access the content. So again, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon to get notifications, and give us a like if you do enjoy this video. So we hope you have a great weekend, and as always, comments are always welcome. Goodbye.